My name is Katerina, and on my channel we talk about everything to do with weight loss surgery, and particularly gastric bypass, and why. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're rejoining, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support. I'm 3 weeks away from having weight loss surgery on December 22nd, 2022, so that's coming up real quick. In a week from now, I have to start my liquid diet. So I want to take a moment right now and just share with you the timeline from the moment that I first consulted with the doctor to ask for a referral all the way till I receive my operation date. If that's interesting to you, please stick around. I talk about my journey, I talk about weight loss surgery, gastric bypass in particular. So before I share the details of the timeline, I just want to let you know that I live in Ontario, Canada. I live in the capital of Canada, Ottawa, and I'm not going through a private institution. I'm going through the Ontario Health Ministry at the Civic Hospital. So let's go take a look at the book that I received from the hospital, which gives all the details on this particular weight loss surgery. So this right here is my weight loss Bible. So the table of contents, it has understanding bariatric surgery, so it's got the different types of surgeries that you may have. It has preparing for bariatric surgery, so it tells you step by step what you should be doing prior, so like pre-op. Then it talks about OptiFast, which is coming up soon for me, it's next week. Then it talks about your hospital stay after the surgery, vitamins and minerals, and they have suggestions in there. Then food stages after surgery, problems, if you have any problems, what to do. Then it talks about behavior resources, which is something that I struggle with. It's things that I need to change in my life. So I took part of this particular service, but I've also hired a psychologist outside of the hospital to follow me through my journey as well. And lastly, they talk about nutrition resources. So that's what this book is all about. Today, I want to focus on the actual timeline. So from the moment that I actually had a consultation with my GP and talked to her about weight loss surgery, all the way till the day that I received the phone call to give me my surgery appointment. I've been tracking it in this book, so let me show you. All right, so in this book here, there's a page called Preparing for Bariatric Surgery, and that's where I put all of my different appointments. So April 2021 is when I had my appointment with my GP and talked to her about weight loss surgery and my interest in it. She then sent a referral to the Civic Hospital here in Ottawa, and then I was just waiting for a phone call. It was a waiting game from there on. So started in April 2021. The next appointment here was a surgical open house, but that was canceled because of the pandemic. So the next meeting that I had was in August 2021. So August 19, 2021. Now prior to that, they had called me and told me that I needed to participate in the sleep study. So I had to go and basically sleep overnight at the hospital, and they attached all these little wires to my head, and they monitored me while I slept there. And the whole purpose of that was to see if I had any sleep apnea, any sleep problems, because if that was the case, I would have to be prescribed the CPAP machine. So that was not the case for me. I was very lucky about that. So then we moved on to that appointment in August. I met with the nurse practitioner, and she was extremely helpful. Her name was Wendy. Now, Wendy took all my measurements, my height, my weight, my BMI, and we did blood tests as well. And what else? Oh, in fact, she gave me a whole paper here. So these were my stats on that day. So my BMI was at 42.59. Weight was 131 kg, so that's like 288 pounds. My height, 1.755, and what she took was the measurements. She took a whole list of my medications. She revised my most recent blood tests. She discussed the results of the sleep apnea, and then she suggested that I have a gynecological exam. So that was that for that particular appointment. Once everything was approved, I was moved forward to the first class. Now, the first class is called the Pre-Surgery Class 1. That was extremely helpful. It was a group of people that were going to have surgery, and it was all done online. And they discuss everything. They discuss the different types of surgeries, discuss what you need to do pre-op. They discuss making changes in your lifestyle. So that was that particular appointment. That was in August 24th. Afterwards, I had a consultation with the registered dietitian and the behaviorist. That was Amy and Wendy as well. And I met them twice. I met them in October 14, and then I met them also in November 26th. My pre-surgery class 2 was on June 21st. And that was a little bit more detailed, asking us if we had implemented any of the changes, like cutting out caffeine, trying not to drink with a straw, chewing really well, and we learned more tricks as well on how to deal with post-op. Afterwards, my next appointment was on June 22nd. Now that was an amazing appointment. That was with the surgical team. I was told who my surgeon would be, and I also met with the nurses, and we did the consent for the surgery as well. So they read the consent, and they explained all the details. Again, they went through the different types of surgeries, because even though I wanted to do one particular surgery, I wanted the Roux-en-Y from the beginning. They were saying, I had choices because of the overall health that I was in. I was able to choose. And then it was a waiting game. From June 22nd all the way till my surgery date, which is December 22nd, I just waited for a phone call. I eventually got the phone call in October, and they scheduled my surgery initially for November 2nd. And I was so excited. And then they called me back the following day to let me know that I couldn't have the surgery on November 2nd because my gynecological exam came back, and I had some womanly issues, and I had to have a hysterectomy. So I ended up having a hysterectomy on October 12th, 2022. And so they needed me to heal a little longer. So they ended up pushing my surgery for December 22nd, 2022. So that's a full 6 months after my initial consultation with the surgeon. So if I'm looking at this here, I have a couple of notes here, but there's a few things that might change. So not everybody goes through the same list, but some people might require a CPAP machine for breathing. So they might stop breathing in their sleep, and they might require a CPAP machine. So they have follow-ups for that. Some people need to see a psychologist, a social worker as well. Some people have delays because there's things that they're working on. And so when you're meeting with the behaviorist, they'll ask you very detailed questions about who you are, what you're dealing with, do you have a support team. This is the time to be honest, but not too explicit. So if you're looking to have this surgery, don't go talking about the breakups that you had with your boyfriend or the issues that you're having with, your relatives. This is really just for them to know if you're psychologically ready for this surgery. If you need additional help, I would suggest that you do like me and find an external psychologist to help you along the way. So that way you're not delayed. If you feel like you're ready for the operation, your behaviorist believes that you are ready, then go ahead and move forward. Nothing stops you from consulting or dealing with a psychologist or a therapist to help you along the way. That's my feedback. So for me, there was a couple of delays. One of the delays again was because I had to have a hysterectomy. Another delay was my iron was extremely low. So because of the womanly issues that I had, I used to bleed a lot prior to my hysterectomy. And so I was iron deficient. So I had to bring up my iron levels to a certain level before I can move forward with the surgery. So not everybody's timeline is as long or complicated as mine was, but you can see I started the process in April 2021 and my surgery is coming up in December 2022. So I've been waiting for a while now and I've been thinking about it for way longer. I'm looking forward to it. For those that have had the surgery, please let me know. Please let me know what your feedback is, what you think I should be prepping with right now. I'm 3 weeks away from surgery. If you have any hints, and for those who are thinking about it, I hope that I gave you enough details to let you know what the timeline is all about. I am going to be putting out more videos. I'm going to be putting out videos regarding, I'm going to be doing I don't know if you see it here in the background, but I'm going to be starting OptiFast in 6 days. So it's the liquid diet to shrink my liver. So I'm going to be doing a video about that and just following my journey and sharing it with you. And hopefully that'll help you to let you know that you're not alone if you're going through the same process as I am. I would love to hear back from you. So leave a comment, let me know where you're at, if you're pre-op, post-op, and hit the notification bell so that way you'll know when I upload the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.